Hey, happy Valentine's Day. Today I want to tell you the little bit of an inconvenient truth that dentists have to become marketers. And what I mean by that is that if you own a private practice and you're looking to grow your private practice, you're looking to get more patients, you must engage with marketing. And the two temptations I see are that if you purchased a practice that was, performing decently well, you purchase it and you hope to maintain that, the temptation is to believe that it's going to continue that way as long as possible, or for a long time. But as long as possible turns out to not be as long as you might hope for, because the landscape of patients, of the market, of how people are receptive to what's available changes. And as that changes, you're either ahead of the curve, the change curve, you're either following it or you're behind. And I find that the ones who understand marketing, who are engaging with the people and the prospective patients in a way that is attractive to them, ends up outperforming those who don't. And the second temptation is to believe that you can just hire an agency or a third party. We're an agency, and if you hired us, we wouldn't be able to do your marketing, which sounds paradoxical. Like, how are you a marketing agency yet can't do the marketing? Well, it's because we've understood marketing to be too narrow in scope. Marketing encompasses all the activities that have to do with making your practice not only attractive but remarkable, such that when people experience it, it creates so much meaning and they're able to refer and spread word of mouth. And as a result, your new patient acquisition grows that way. And when we fail to approach marketing from that bigger perspective and only focus on hiring marketing agencies or third party people, then what happens is that those people can't affect their leverage, the power they have to create attraction is so limited. Like, if you work with us, all we can really do is get you visibility and awareness. And that is such a small fraction, small piece of the puzzle, that you're leaving so much on the table if that's all the work of marketing that you engage with. If marketing, if that's the only level of marketing that you engage with. So there is so much opportunity when you show up as a marketer, when you take ownership of your practice, of the entire experience, of what happens before, during, and after their experience of you, that when you take ownership of it and when you start creating alignment with how you choose to be, the way of being that is meaningful for the patients you seek to serve, when you make all these decisions and when you align it, you create attraction that no marketer can create for your practice. You create alignment with prospective patients in such a way that if I showed up and I did all this work for practice B and your practice A, and you understand marketing and you're doing it for yourself, you'll be able to create much more traction, much more alignment, because you're able to influence the practice itself, which is marketing. Marketing is not just ads, SEO, reviews. It's the actual experience. It's the things that are going to influence how likely people are to refer you, how likely people are to come back and visit again. We have to encapsulate those within how we understand marketing. So you have the biggest lever when it comes to marketing results, when it comes to new patient results. You own that. You can't outsource it. If you try to hire someone and have them do it for you, it just won't work, because they won't create a practice that you can create. They won't have the level of insight. They won't have, I'm not just talking about like dental industry insight. I'm talking about insight with you as a practice, because authenticity is such a big piece of the equation that if you create a practice that is inauthentic to you, like, people can sense that, and the level of meaning that can be transferred, like, that was a very meaningful and deep experience at this dental office, you miss out on that, and that becomes very impactful. So I say all this to say, resist the temptation to think that you won't need to market because you can just buy a practice that has been doing well, because the landscape's going to change. The landscape's going to keep changing. How people respond and resonate with with how you present yourself, with what's being done in the office, with how you're marketing yourself, all that stuff is it's subject to change. Like entropy is real, and sooner than later, it's going to stop working. And the second temptation is to believe that you can just outsource it all, to just find someone to do it for you, but they can't. They don't know you better than you do. Your practice is a reflection of you. And if we want to build an authentic practice that is meaningful and connects with people, you are the best person to market it. And so it comes down to understanding what marketing is and how to market. And that's why I made the course. I am an agency first, but I made this course so that people would become ready for marketing, to build something that is ready for the visibility and awareness that comes with hiring an agency. Because once that happens, then you have a foundation that's ready to go, and you can get exponential results when it comes in contact with more traffic, versus how the industry used to do it, where you would just hire agencies and hope it works, even though what they were actually bringing attention and awareness to needed a lot of work. There was a lot of holes, and the fundamentals weren't there. The foundation wasn't there. So by taking the course, what you're doing is you're fixing the foundation. You're creating something that is going to last a long time. You're understanding how marketing works, and as a result, you're able to create a practice that is attractive, create a practice that is not only attractive, but also meaningful once engaged with, and therefore create word of mouth and all these other benefits, lower costs of advertising, increased number of patients, all of that. So check out the course, create your foundations, understand marketing, and once you're ready, if you choose to, then you can choose to work with us or work with someone else. That's really up to you, and I'll leave you to that. But yeah, what I want to do is give you the foundations so that you don't have to flounder and go through all these issues that I've seen our clients go through, and I hope it helps you out. Thanks.